Roads cover only 0.3% of Earth's landmass. 40% is agricultural land, and the rest is new challenges and adventures. Off the roads, people need our tyres. Reliable, with long life, preserving power, fuel efficient, custom made, and environmentally friendly. Welcome to Mitas. What makes our tyres reliable? At our oldest factories, tyres have been produced since the 1930s. These are our factories in Zlín and Prague in the Czech Republic. Originally, these factories produced tyres and tubes for cars, motorcycles and bikes. The name Mitas has been used since 1947. Agricultural tyres became our core business in 2004 when we acquired the agricultural tyre division of Continental AG. We then bought the tyre factory in Ruma in Serbia. In 2010, we announced our first North American factory, producing radial agricultural tyres in Charles City, Iowa. Mitas today. Mitas is one of the leading European producers of tyres for use in agriculture, construction and industry. Almost all speedway motorcycles in Europe are mounted with Mitas tyres. 1 in 4 tractors and harvesters produced in Europe leaves the production line fitted with our tyres. We respect international standards. Mitas is a member of the European Tyre and Rubber Manufacturers Association. We invest in research and development to make our tyres long-lasting, fuel-efficient and reliable. The process of developing a new tyre, creating rubber compounds and testing may take up to 4 years from conception to production. Tyres undergo testing in operating conditions and in our accredited testing facility, the achizitiei. We insist on quality, effective production, employee expertise and environmental protection. Tyres with new features. Super volume tyres are made for power tractors of 200 horsepower or more. With super silent tyres, we have managed to decrease noise levels in tractor cabins by 50%. When driving, the links between the tread blocks of CR01 tyres stabilise mobile cranes and even out tread wear. An innovative tread compound and all-steel radial construction increases the casing durability of ERL20. Agriterra is a flotation tyre intended for trailers. Agriterra has a longer tyre life and improved self-cleaning properties. Production plants of Mitas. Mitas produces tyres at 4 European factories. In the Czech Republic, our production plants are located in Otrokovice, Prague and Zlín. In Serbia, the Mitas plant is located in Ruma. Since 2010, Mitas is also present in Iowa, in North America. Mitas has 3,000 committed employees. The total annual production capacity exceeds 100,000 tonnes. Interesting facts about tyres made by Mitas. The largest tyre produced by Mitas has a diameter of 2.2 metres and features 38.5 kilometres of cord. The heaviest tyre weighs 455 kilograms and contains 51.5 kilometres of cord. The fastest road tyre is a motorcycle tyre that allows speeds of up to 210 kilometers per hour. The fastest tyre is an aircraft tyre that allows speeds of up to 300 kilometers per hour. This section explains how tyres are produced. These are the main stages of tyre production. The basic components in tyres are steel wires and cord, natural and synthetic rubber, various chemicals and carbon black. The dominant component in tyres is rubber. 8,000 kilometres from the heart of Europe, rubber trees are grown. incisions are made to harvest the liquid latex. Natural rubber is the most important product obtained from latex. Rubber is then transported to the production plant with the rest of the raw materials and components. In a laboratory, the quality and physical properties of the rubber are tested. If the sample complies with our stringent requirements, the batch is delivered to the mixing room. Rubber compound mixing. The first stage of tyre production is rubber compound mixing. At the rubber mill, the rubber is mixed with various materials. These include fillers, clay and carbon black. At the last stage of mixing, sulphur and curing agents are added. The resulting compounds have various properties. Some are used for the inner liner, which holds air inside the tyre, and others are wear resistant and are used to make the tread. In the laboratory, the density of cured samples and other physical and mechanical properties are measured. The resulting blend is formed into rubber sheets and cooled. Each batch is weighed and identified. After additional testing, the rubber compounds are used in further processing. Next, we will show the basic components that make up a tyre. The components are produced during further processing. These are bead wires and rubber-coated cord. Other components are extruded and calendared from various rubber compounds. This animation displays the basic components of an agricultural tyre. The inner liner is used in tubeless tyres. This is the first carcass ply. Then the bead core and bead wire. And then another carcass ply. Bead lining and the rim strip. These are belt plies. And finally, the sidewall and tread. Extruding and calendaring of tyre components. The mixed rubber compound is used for calendaring the inner liner and extruding the tread and sidewall. First, the rubber compound is heated. Then the compound is put through extruder machines, where the tread and sidewalls are formed in the required shapes. The extruders produce a continuous sheet of tread rubber. The sheet is then cooled and cut to specific tyre lengths. The inner liner is produced by calendaring. Rubber coating. The mixed rubber compound is also used for rubber coating. Sheets of cord such as nylon, polyester and steel are thinly coated with rubber on both sides. Once this is finished, the sheets are cut at the correct angle, which determines the tyre's characteristics. These cut sheets are used for casing, belts and other plies. Steel cords are mainly used for the belts placed under the tread and sometimes for the casing. Bead wire. Next, the bead wire is produced from rubber and steel. The bead core is formed by aligning and coating steel wires with rubber. Then the wire is wound on a coil to form bead rings. The number of loops and shape of the bead wire are specific for each tyre. Tyre building. At this stage, all the tyre components are assembled. The tyre is made from components on a tyre building drum. Tyre building begins with the sidewall and the rim strip. This is the bead lining. Inner liner and 2 carcass plies. Bead cores are placed on the building drum. Then the ply edges are wrapped around the bead core and the sidewalls are moved into position while the tyre is reshaped. After inflation, the belts and tread rubber are applied. For large tyres, the tread rubber is wound onto the belt plies. This process achieves a green tyre that already resembles the final product. The difference between radial and bias ply tyres. There are two kinds of tyres, older bias ply tyres and newer radial ply tyres. This animation highlights the tyre casing. In a bias ply tyre, the cord is laid at an angle of 60 degrees relative to the tyre's movement. Successive plies are laid at opposing angles, forming a crisscross pattern. Now in the radial ply tyre, the cord in the casing ply is laid at a right angle to the centre of the tread. Radial ply tyres are more complicated to produce, but they have new characteristics. For example, radial ply tyres save fuel, last longer and improve riding comfort. Agricultural radial tyres apply less pressure on the soil and thus protect plant roots. Curing of the green tyre. After tyre building, green tyres are cured in a process called vulcanisation, in which the tyre achieves its final shape and characteristics. This is a tyre mould. Prior to curing, the green tyre is covered with a solution that helps the green tyre fill the mould. The green tyre is placed in a curing press. The curing medium pushes the green tyre into the mould. The rubber compound is heated and becomes plastic. It fills the mould. The vent system lets excess air escape the mould so that the rubber fills the mould completely. The applied heat also initiates a process called vulcanisation. This is the basic element of natural rubber molecule, which is a polymer. During vulcanisation, these polymers are linked by sulfur. This changes the molecular structure into a three-dimensional pattern of interlinked polymers. The vulcanisation of a passenger car tyre takes only a few minutes. For an agricultural tyre, the process can take up to 2 hours. This is the final product, a cured tyre. Finishing and final inspection. Before the tyre is dispatched from the plant, it is trimmed to order and inspected. Each tyre is visually inspected for surface defects. Testing machines measure the compliance of central and lateral runout with norms. All tyres undergo a uniformity test. Tyres containing steel cords are inspected by X-ray for internal defects. The final inspection is the last stage of the tyre production. The tyre is then stored and ready to be dispatched to customers. Mitas produces tyres under 3 brands. These are Mitas, Continental, and Coulter. In total, we produce 1,500 various tyre sizes and tyre variants, from power tractor tyres to tyres for construction vehicles, from tyres for use in speedway competitions to durable tyres with a long life. Global presence of Mitas. This map shows the countries where Mitas produces tyres. These are our sales offices. And these are sales territories. You can find our tyres in 95 countries worldwide. Mitas, reliable tyres.